In the 22nd century, planet Earth remained full of garbage because of humans and their neglect of the environment. All humans walked and went to live in a spaceship and left behind robots to clean up the garbage. Here we see advertisements for a star space company to convince humans to leave Earth and live temporarily in the ship in space. But after 700 years, the robots failed to clean up the Earth, and all that was left of him was one robot named Waleed. Wally kept working and was turning piles of garbage into small boxes. As long as he was working, he loved to listen to songs and was with his friend who entertained him. Whenever he found something useful in this garbage, he would take it home with him. Among the things that Wally collected was an old romantic movie. Every time he watched it, he felt like he wanted to love it and get engaged. Then a severe dust storm came, so Wally locked his house and went to sleep. After that, he wakes up in the morning because he needs to charge up, and he was charging through solar energy, so he goes out and stands in the sun until he charges up, and then he goes to finish his work and sits and has fun a little with the things that people find, and he takes the things that are useful to him and throws away the things that are not useful to him. After that, he encountered a problem with the extinguisher and did not know how to use it. He opens a box with his laser and finds a small plant inside it, so he puts it in the box and returns home with it. After that, Wally does not appear on the ground and moves. He did not understand what this was and kept running after it until many laser beams gathered around him, and it turned out that it was a spaceship that landed on Earth. Wally was very scared, so he dug in the ground to hide. After the ship landed, Wally came out, but he was still afraid. A white robot named Eva came out of the ship. Eva kept flying and searching for a specific thing, and Wally was walking behind her, impressed. When Eva felt that something was moving behind her, she went and shot him, but luckily the shot hit the rock. Wally kept following her, but he was afraid. However, Roach wasn't afraid, and Eva shot him with fire. But when Aya saw him and loved him very much and played with him, and she heard another voice from Wally, she shot him with fire. Wally went and entered his box. When Aya got close to him and analyzed it with her laser, she knew that the cleaning robot was fixed and walked. Aya was always walking behind her, and as soon as she looked at him, he got terrified and tried to escape. He looked funny and was always trying to catch your attention. When she analyzed it, it came out positive. As for the plane in the air, and the plant entered it, it closed on itself. It turned out that this plant was Aya, who was looking for it and was lit up from the outside with the plant's logo. Wally went out in the sun the next morning because he thought it needed to be recharged, but it didn't. She wakes up and Wally tried several methods with her, but to no avail, so he said he would seize the opportunity and hold her hands. Then he lost hope that she would wake up and went to complete his work, but he was very upset that he was left alone again, and he was lighting the lighter to remember her. The spaceship came back again, and this time it came back to take Eva, and Wally ran out and started hitting Eva, and he went up to the ship again, but the ship flew away and went outside planet Earth, and thus Wally was with her, and when Wally saw the sun, he said he would charge himself 100%, and he was amazed by everything he saw in space and the ship that was on it, and Wally kept getting closer to the starship that had the humans in it and entered it, and advanced robots appeared and cleaned Eva from the pollution, and they brought another Wally to clean it and found it 100% polluted, and there was a robot named Mo that was trying to clean Wally, and after that other robots came. And Ava took her and said he went out and left behind his footprints, and of course he was walking and cleaning after him. And Wally found the world very fast, and he did not know how to catch up with Eva, so one of the robots fought and caused a traffic jam and ran out while walking. He saw a human passing by him, and at that time the humans were not making any movement and talking to each other on video call while walking next to each other. And this was the case of all the humans, and there were thousands of robots that were serving them, and they became very fat and lazy, and their eyes did not leave the screen, and Wally remained focused on one named John, and when John looked at him, he fell to the ground and made him not look at the screen, and directed several robots to help John, and Wally carried her, and returned his chair and ran out to catch up with Eva. And Wally stayed close to her and asked permission from one named Mary to pass her so he could reach Eva, and he was able to make her practice at that time, not only on the screen, and she was surprised by the outside world as if it was the first time. And Wally Fodl walks with Ava until they take her to a robot named Ava Analyzer, and she goes to wake up Captain McCree, who is also lazy and does not move from his chair. And his strength is amazed by Captain McCree with the news, and Wally hides under Captain McCree's desk, and Captain McCree begins to know all the news of the ship and the current number of passengers, and when he finds out that his strength is correct and late, he gets upset and returns the day from the beginning at 8 o'clock to wake up the 255,000 people, and says the 2 words of each day and tells them today is the 700th anniversary of our here on the ship from our journey that was 5 years, and I am sure that our ancestors will be happy because we lived like them. But the robot Otto interrupts him and says to him, "What?" So she returned with the required thing, and they wake up Eva and McCree, and he says, "This is the first time we sent a robot to Earth," and he returns with a positive result, and when he presses the button of the plant logo, an old video of the president appears, in which he says that if you watch this video, it means that a robot went to Earth and came back with proof that Earth is now habitable, which means that it is time to return to Earth. Of course, they mean Eva. When she found the plant on Earth, it became habitable again. The president says to reveal this plant to make sure that the plant is alive and the ship will return you to Earth by itself. If you have any questions, read the instruction manual and follow the instructions in it. The governor sneaks around and goes to Eva, who is surprised when she sees him and tries to hide him so that no one sees him. Then Eva opens it so that they can take the plant from her, but they don't find it. Gota thinks that Eva was wrong, so Captain McCrea cancels the return to Earth and orders Eva to be sent for repairs. McCrea then sees Waleed greeting him and leaving some clay in his hand, so McCrea orders Waleed to be sent for cleaning, and he gets in. The same car as Eva and McCrea analyzes the clay that came in his hand, and the artificial intelligence knows that it is a material from the Earth and is made up of sand or dirt, so McCrea asks for pictures and videos about planet Earth and is very surprised by the information and videos he saw, and he started asking the artificial intelligence many questions about Earth and about the other side. They take Eva and the repair place and put Eva out, and they tried to put it out, but he ran between them and ended up in the makeup department and was imprisoned in prison and saw Eva while they were repairing her, but he thought they were torturing her, so he broke the barrier with his laser and went to save her, and ran and broke the door to free her. And the robots that were repairing Eva tried to hit Wally Nar to stop him, but the hit the control device and ruined it, and entered all the prisons to open, and the robots that were imprisoned escaped and went to grab Wally and considered him their savior, and he went out and ran with him around. He was flying in space. Using the fire extinguisher, the two of them kept flying around each other until they finally managed to meet. He took out the plant for her and was protecting it. When she took it, she was flying with joy and hugged Wally. They touched their heads and a small spark came out. It was like a kiss between them. Wally was shocked and very happy. They both started flying and dancing together in space. Mary saw Wally flying and missed him. John stood next to her and thought about Wally as well. They were both happy with the scene they were seeing. This coincidence allowed them to meet each other for the first time in reality. Captain McCree was still getting to know Earth. After the fire was put out, Eva took Wally and they went back to the ship. They started sneaking around to avoid security. Eva stood still, but Wally was hiding and ran to Captain McCree's room. She immediately showed him the plant. Captain McCree was happy and very excited about that. They will be able to return to Earth and put the device on Eva to see what the Earth looks like now from the recording she made, but he was very disappointed with the current shape of the Earth because it did not come out as beautiful as it appeared in the videos, and he did not see the blue sky, the shape of the farms, lands, parties, and food. But when the movie of Wally Live that she recorded was shown and Captain McCree saw them dancing, he liked the dance very much and said that since these crops lived, then there is still hope. And when in the movie the heroes held hands, then she liked this shot and thought about it. After that, the recordings of live Eva were shown when she was turned off and Wally was trying to find ways to wake her up to the point that he was putting himself in danger. At the same time, Wally was thinking about Eva and holding his hand like her and tried to sneak in and entered the garbage entrance to enter Captain McCree's room. All this time, his mother was walking and cleaning behind him, and Captain McCree decided to return the ship to Earth, but Otto stood in his way and said to him, "Give me the plant," and Captain McCrea didn't agree to give it to him, and insisted that he take it and told him that we won't be able to return to Earth and tried to take the plant from him by force, but he didn't want to give it to him. Otto was happy and showed another video of Rice saying that he had bad news and that the operation to clean the Earth from the garbage failed, and the level of toxic materials made life impossible on Earth, and therefore we canceled the operation to return to Earth so you will remain as you are on the ship. He decided to cancel Operation A-113 that was cleaning the Earth, and all the robots that were cleaning will go immediately to the ship to work there. And Macrea asked Otto, and what year was this video? And it turned out that this video was recorded about 700 years ago. So Macrea said that the situation has changed since then and the Earth has become suitable for living and this plant is growing and getting bigger. And this is evidence of what I said, but Otto had received orders not to return. And that's why he took the plant from Eva the first time and said, I have to carry out orders and no one will leave the ship, and he brought his small robot and took the plant, threatening to bring the plant and whoever will be shot. So the robot threw it in the trash. But it was the one who came out at that time and saved the plant, and Eva was still going to run to him, but the small robot paralyzed her with a laser, and Wally hid the plant inside him from Otto. Otto was happy he was electrocuted, and Wally fell in the trash tunnel and quote and extinguished Eva, and threw her behind Wally and also quote and locked up McCreef in his strength. And after that, Eva woke up again by some small robots and found herself in the trash warehouse, and the big robots take the trash and turn it into cubes and throw it into space. And Wally and Eva were inside the cubes and about to be thrown into space, so she used her weapon and freed herself, but she didn't have time to free Wally, and they were at the exit gate. But then Mo appeared, who was walking behind Wally and got stuck in the inner door. The air pressure was a little bit, and she could fly, and grabbed his mother, and the garbage robots felt that something was wrong. So they closed the outer door and went back inside, and Wally wasn't working well. And she found Evan, who was holding him destroyed, so she went looking in the garbage for any garbage can that would work. And she brought several garbage cans, but none of them were suitable, and he told her to go and complete her mission. But at first Eva refused and grabbed Wally's hand, but then he gave her the plant and told her the ground is more important, so she thought and said the ground definitely has someone who looks like Wally, by the way. And she went and grabbed Wally and Mo and went outside this garbage dump. And a security robot saw Eva and Eva, threw it to its side and took off, and the robots who were freed from prison saw Eva and Wally and ran after them and cute and saw them on the camera, so he went to call all the security robots to catch them and Macrea. And the prisoner saw his warning picture, and Wally and Eva were happy. The controls were ruined, and he appeared on the screen himself and said to me, Eva, bring the plant to the surface of the ship and I will take action. After that, Eva and the robots, if the security is in front of them, were happy. All our robots attacked the security, and Macrea in a video of him holding the plant to deceive his room and make him focus on him. Eva acted when Rama came to them. He attacked them and tried to destroy them. In the middle of this fight, the small robot fell and was destroyed. Our robots did their duty and finished off the security robots. Macrea was able to press the return button to Earth. The robots began to put the humans to sleep so that they would travel and return to Earth. The capsule for the plant appeared so that Eva could put it in it, but Otto took control again and tilted the ship to the side so that the plant would fall from them. All the humans fell on their chairs. John and Mary were able to save some children, and there were large chairs that began to fall, but Eva was able to act before. These chairs were not crushed by humans, and his strength lowered the capsule, but he tried to stop it and left it open and entered Wally to be more destroyed by his mother, and stood on his feet for the first time and kept walking until he landed on his room and she was able to, and was completely scared of him. And then the ship returned to normal, and Eva went to check on Molly and asked for help from someone to find her the plant, and he was not able to find it. And the humans climbed each other to get her to the capsule, and Eva put the plant in the capsule, which in turn did the process of returning to Earth officially, and Waleed was freed from the pressure he was under, but it was not working, and within 10 seconds the ship flew and returned to Earth. And as soon as the ship landed and the people got out of it, Eva flew with Wally and reached his house and sat fixing it and installing new spare parts for him, and made an opening in the ceiling for the sun rays to charge Wally. And indeed, Wally got up and started working again, but Wally did not remember her and was not able to recognize her. And Eva tried to remind him and show him his stuff and the movie he loved. But Wally left her and walked, and it turned out that he forgot his old memory and became a normal robot. So she held his hand and started to say goodbye and gave him a last kiss, But at that moment, Wally held her hands and was able to remember her one by one and remembered her, and his old personality came back again, and they spent a romantic and hateful moment together. On the other hand, he shows how humans can farm and humans and robots work together, and they started to populate the Earth from the beginning and anew. With this, we have reached the end of the episode, and wait for us in the upcoming episodes. If you liked the episode, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.